start. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Fragath, and this is Mecha Mondays. Today, I'm going to be playing a game called Override, Mecha City Brawl, which is, well, it's a giant robot beat 'em up game. Ideally, it's played in a 1v1, 2v2 type context, but not too many people online at the moment. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use its reasonably robust, rather arcade mode and just beat up some critters. Start off with an arcade run and we'll go from there. We'll see how the day takes us. So the game is pretty straightforward. You walk around as you'd expect, but then you control each punch and kick individually. So there's a button for punching, a button for left punch, button for right punch, button for left kick, button for right kick. You can charge these so that they hit harder. You are somewhat vulnerable. There's a guard button, there's a dash button, there's a few other buttons. Each mech also has a number of special attacks available to them as well. Which require a use of a certain amount of energy that you gain generally by dealing damage or taking damage. You've got quite a variety here. Today I think I'll be playing as a mech called Contessa, which I have not used before, so this could be particularly embarrassing. She's a bit scrawny, a bit of a waif, but she has some pretty cool special attacks that allow her to control the field a bit. Or at least set the pace of battle. In arcade mode, most of the time is going to be spent beating on some godless abominations and eldritch monsters from beyond the Nameless Void, which we will do a lot of. There is a story. It is very loose. It is more or less the same for every character, just with different lines and cut-ins, but it's the same basic gist. So I figure they've got a wide variety of mechs. You've got some that have rocket punches, as those are traditional with our giant robots. Some with more of a physical style. Hers is a bit less physical. She isn't as much of a keep away as some of the others, but she does have that ability. What I'm going to do first off, because they start you off with a couple of research points, is I'm going to pump some into my Genesis drive, which is what controls my energy buildup, because I like to use abilities a lot. And I figure with that, we will just get started. I may have to tweak audio as we go, because it's looking pretty quiet on my end, so I might have to pump it up. We'll figure that out. This is Walter Fox, CDN Global News. It has been more than 2 months since the first of these giant monsters appeared, wreaking havoc across the globe. As the United Defense Forces have struggled to respond to these so-called xenotypes, we are left with a host of questions. What are these monsters? Where did they come from? And who is going to stop them? Well, tonight, in a CDN exclusive, one of these questions will be answered. We are coming to you live from the evacuated city streets of Tokyo, where it appears that Helena from the popular Mech Battle League is preparing to take the monsters head-on. Charming. I guess the pilot of this mech is Helena. Dramatic, dynamic entry. And all that. Oh boy. This'll be fun.
These monstrosities only know pain and destruction. I know exactly how it feels.
I think she means they.
There, let me release you from your painful existence. All I need is to cease your carnage.
I'm gonna stop narrating these now. They're getting awfully corny. It's a corny game. It doesn't try to be anything other than corny. Yep. So there you have some nice feedback. You can do aerial charged kicks. They hit like a truck. But the range is really iffy on them. So you can charge up limbs individual, left fist, right fist, clam, clam. You can also do that while doing a leg, so slammy whams. Oh, that is not as effective as I would have liked. Oh yeah, she's got the float. I couldn't see because the building was in the way. Buildings are basically no more substantial than toilet paper, really. Oh, that didn't do much. So this is going much rougher than I was expecting. Normally I can get through that without taking any damage at all. Oh wow, cleansing ceremony, huh? Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna hop through these. Sorry, folks. This is almost painfully corny. Most of them have been corny, but that I'm not gonna narrate that. I'm sorry. It's a fun game though. It has a lot of hot. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna tweak my audio options. That's really quiet. 10% of damage taken is not very much, as it turns out. And by going through arcade mode, you get various skins and bits and bobs. Oh. So from here, it opens up a bit. First, I'm going to save and exit, and then re-enter, because I'm going to tweak some audio, because that's way too quiet. Okay. Much better. Okay. People should be able to hear things now. And that's good. Alright. So here we've got the mech bay, which allows us to check the mods we have installed. You can only hold 4 total. You get additional slots as you go through the campaign. You also can get weapons that you can equip through going through certain missions. Right now, all that I have available to me are research boost missions, which give me research points, which I can then spend on various stat upgrades for the purposes of the campaign arcade run. Start with Morocco. The day counter does not actually mean all that much. It's just basically telling you you can only fit this many missions within this time frame, and usually it balances itself out pretty handily, so that you're only doing like 3 missions between every plot mission. But you can choose which ones you do in and amongst that time. Ah yes, now we start seeing some new critters. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is that there is an overheat gauge. If I try to attack too quickly... Wow, that was really foolish. I should not have just stood there and took it. If you try to do too many attacks at once, you'll have a bad time. Oh, I actually managed to dodge. The overheat. So if I go and do this a lot, there we go, overheated. Loud obnoxious sound, and you can't attack while you're doing that once you're overheated. There are ways to extend or reduce that. Mostly it's in attack timing. Boosting will increase your overheat, jumping will increase your overheat. Just got a good reach on those punches, I like that. The missions range from very easy up to very hard and are more rewarding accordingly to difficulty. 260 is not too shabby. I could have done better. You also get, for these research point missions, you get more research points the better you do. Usually the less damage you take, the better you've done. It considers you to have done. Now we have our mechanic who is a mechanic. She'll interject various plot beats in and amongst, um, and elucidate on the universe that it is in. Not much more than that. Alright, what do we got here? We've got another research boost as well as a random mod mission. You basically get one mod every single time you do a mission, and very easy mods are not going to be particularly good, so I'm going to go for another research boost and see if I can get another level of my abilities, which I have not had the opportunity to use as often as I'd like, because they seem to be very position intensive. Very good for PvP against these monsters, not so much. Boot to the face! There's going to be a lot of that. There. See? I can hit things with abilities now. I'm good. I'm smart. I do sort of want to get one of... If there's a weapon mission, I want to get one of those early, no matter what it carries. Because having an extra weapon can be handy for some of the later stages. And I'll point out how the weapons work at that point in time. It should be teleporting me. Yep. Okay, I've got it down now. That was easy. The longer missions on Egypt used to be pretty problematic in the sense that sometimes monsters would spawn under the ground and you'd be pretty screwed because you couldn't complete the mission. That did not happen this time, which is good. The Egypt map is actually very nice because it's got quite a bit of detail in. Oh, cool. Got a really fancy skin for a mech that I have used all of once. And I will do more. Alright, let's see if there's any regular EZs. There are no weapon missions either, which is distressing. Alright. Days until Horde is located. 4 days, so I can do Japan, which will be 3, and that'll let me have another mission that I can do right before the story mission, which lets me get a bit more bang for my buck. After I max out the Genesis drive, I'm probably going to go for raw attack damage. Usually if you can kill things quickly, you don't have to worry about living longer. Because I have a pretty good bead on what monsters are likely to do to me. Because I've played the arcade a couple times before. Is overheating, and you do not want to do that. Oh, is that a projectile? I must not have used that before. One of the main things that buildings are good for are eating small, tiny projectiles. They will eat a projectile entirely. Some good range on that. Oh, fight the big ones. That's good. Still, a non-problem. Pretty basic. They start getting a bit tougher later, but not immensely so. The arcade is not especially difficult. Except for bosses. Bosses can be quite tricky later on. Early on, not so much. Early bosses, meh. There's a boss right around the middle that is quite frustrating if you don't know what you're doing. Ah, here we go. All events back. Alright, first things first, I will go for... Oh, I can't afford it yet. I'll save up. I'll save up. I'll go for the weapons pack. Hopefully we'll get some projectile weapons, because those will be immensely helpful for later bosses, because you can just pick up a gun, basically. A big, giant robot-sized gun. And shoot things with it. Let's see if I can throw that projectile midair. I sure can. And it does damage over time, which is even better. That'll be helpful later when it starts giving me missions that are actually remotely challenging. Oh, here we go. Well. Oh, no, there's another one. I take it back. 100% on what that actually did. See, that I should have pressed guard. Can't actually remember the guard button at the moment, which is a tad embarrassing. Let's see. X, Q, no, Q's a boot. Oh, there it is. Yeah, these guys are annoying. They're kind of why you want to use guard. Got him. You can actually bang him out of that particular animation. Let's see what this does. 10 damage. I don't know, maybe it slows them down. There's easy ways to find that out. I can't remember the guard button off the top of my head, which is frustrating me to no end. Maybe it's tab. Oh, well, that's really unfortunate. Did not want melee weapons at all, in fact. Although, most of those I think I can throw, so that'll at least be worthwhile later. I may have to do another one of those weapon pack missions. Ah, yes, here we go. First boss mission. Not too tough, more irritating than anything else. Let's see. Alright, this one I won't be able to throw. I think a shield will be good until I figure out how to do proper blocking. I'll do the halberd for chuckles. That's right. One of the things that irks me about the game is that it's got a very hinky interface that requires multiple confirmations in very strange ways. Okay, so we'll go with that for now. This Russia mission is not particularly hard. It's gonna set me up against a bunch of trash monsters that aren't a big deal. That are going after this robot suspended in midair. We don't know why they're after the robot right now. We will later. Okay. So edgy. Don't worry, the edge has only just begun. Oh. So the actual auto-targeting is really shaky. a giant halberd axe thing. Yes. There are other robots. I'm gonna be mad at you for reasons, because I'm the only one allowed to be mad. Wait, sister? Is her robot the sister? That's a little strange. I rather like the monster designs. They're very Guilty Gear. But it bleeds all the same. He would be right about that assumption. They do indeed bleed. Is there a way I can skip this? I don't think there is. So I'm just going to mash through the text from here on out. So ideally, the thing will show up. Oh, okay. Ideally just went out the window. Usually have limited uses as well. Man, freaking frackin'. Okay. There we go. That'll help. There. That was easy. Ish. Mostly got bodied by critters. No, the other mech that showed up was not particularly helpful. It tends not to be.
It wasn't just different, it was in a class of its own.
Oh. Mostly just that it had a lot of health. The boss itself isn't that bad. The fact that it keeps dropping monsters on you is pretty irritating. I can now install 3 mods at once. Give me something good, please. Auto heal would be really nice. I will gladly take that. That is acceptable to me. Yep. One I already had, so you get some currency if you wind up unlocking a skin you already own. And you can use that currency to buy skins that you don't own. Okay, we will go for the hard mission. That's right, I can't do that yet. I'm gonna hedge my bets and assume that I'm gonna get more than 200 points. So we'll go for that. It's been a while since I played, so I freely admit I'm horribly out of practice. Now they're talking about giant robot engines. We'll hear more about that later. A lot more on that, as it turns out. And what do we got? Glorious crowbar. Clang. That is a very satisfying clang noise too. That counts as melee damage, so it is not healing me, it would seem. Oh no, it is. It's just not doing enough damage to be worth my time. Yeah, that's right. We have those guys. They're really annoying. If I didn't get bodied like a friggin' idiot. There we go. I definitely want to go for these guys first if I can. is suboptimal. No, Tab definitely is targeting. That's what I thought. Glorious Nippon Steel. Okay. It's F. I thought F was targeting as well. I will have to check controls. I apologize, folks. Yeah, there we go. 880. That should let me get at least one upgrade in. That will help. The news, as ever, is slightly behind. 700. I should wait. What missions do I have available? Research. Bunch of random mods. I might do a random mod. Yeah, there's a hard random mod one. That might give me something decent. Armory. I'm going to swap the halberd out for something that isn't trash, such as the katana. Katana. Two-handed weapons tend not to be all that good. And it didn't look like I could throw it, but I've got to make that as a projectile, so we'll just have to make do. The boss in question comes down onto the ground later in the fight anyway. It's just nice to kill it early, which I have done more than once. Alright, random mod. On hard, relatively early, that will probably be rather helpful. There we go. It's R. I should have known that. So with guarding, there are counterattacks. Well, that was tragic because I could not see what I was supposed to be doing. The counterattacks. Oh, there's also ticks. We're dealing with those now. I am not pleased about that. But there is something we can do. I think the katana, I can do something cute too. I think I can dual wield these. That's really unfortunate. Because they get way too close. Okay, fine. Fine. I can do that. We're just gonna do this the easy way. I'm sorry, I was trying way too hard. And I'm done. I'm done trying hard. So we are no longer going to try hard. We're going to try a lot less. We're going to crumb things in the friggin' head. Like that. There's a special timing with some of the melee weapons where you can do extra damage, but we're not going to worry about that at this stage. Because we just don't want to die now. That is our goal. We're just gonna boot things in the friggin' head. And that was not especially difficult, as we saw. I just made it look really hard. It is not hard. I am just bad. This will change. Mud collected. Getting down to low health is something that you either want very much to happen, or you do not want it to happen at all. Because when you get down to low health, you can cast your ultimate ability, which is usually very, very strong, and 90% of the time is a total waste for these, and actually quite hard to get to, because it is. Do we have any 2 days? We do not have any 2-day missions. Simply because you have to get such low health in order to make it happen. That'll still be okay if for some reason I get down that low, which I do not plan on doing. Still no random weapons, which is unfortunate. Actually, I'm gonna get a mod in the next mission anyway, so I'm gonna go for research so I can finish topping out 1 or 2 of my stats. By the end, that'll be pretty much set. Like, all I really need maxed is as far as I'm concerned, is the Genesis drive, which is your energy gain rate. As well as the attack damage, which is obviously very handy. It's just a decent swing radius on that. No, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing, as they say, folks. There we go. Come on, come on. Oh, hi. There we go. We'll just toss a couple more projectiles out there for good measure. Oh yeah, scuttle away. That was avoidable. That missed. That's unfortunate. There are quick rises, which I'm utilizing to my advantage, where if you trigger a jump or boost on the last frame, or one of the later frames of... I'm just going to get rid of this thing. There we go. I can throw that. That's something anyway. Now the question is, can I hold 2 of these at once? I sure can't. Okay. I don't care. I'm not going to be rated particularly highly for that one because I took a lot of damage. It doesn't really seem to go off your ending health so much as it goes off of your health lost and damage taken. That was highly avoidable. And believe you me, that was all highly avoidable. I'm just not very good. So we will improve. Things will get better as soon as I have weapons that aren't deeply frustrating. Ah, yes. Here we go. And I need 1,000. So I will wait. You do not have any mandatory weapon pack pickups, so getting one that's worthwhile is usually a good idea. Mods, you'll get you'll get a bunch of mods throughout the course of the game from story missions, so you can usually ignore those until like the very hards towards the end, at which point you might get something pretty good out of it. But otherwise, my basic plan of attack is get one. What a twist! This boss was tough the first time I fought it. Not a single time since has it caused me any problems, so guaranteed we're about to have a really bad time. Mostly it's about just hitting the thing so that I get the energy. Counterattacked. We'll hit him with that. I don't know what that's going to do. Yeah, that was extremely easy. He didn't even use any of his attacks that are problematic. He just kind of floated around there. He's got an attack where he just like kind of sits there and then hits very hard. Sits there, takes damage, and then hits you back a lot. But he did not do that. That was very easy. He's usually a bit trickier, so I'm not sure. Maybe they did some tweaks. Another mod slot. I should get another mod. Hooray. What do we got? Now that, I will take any day of the week. Punches and kicks doing more damage? Yeah, we want that. So we need to defend ourselves, don't we? I once got, relatively early on in a run, a mod that basically gave you vastly increased speed, very high damage increase, and something else at the cost of constantly draining your health, which made some of the game quite tricky, but you basically killed monsters in one hit. So you're busy just jumping around, jump kicking things as best as possible. Oh, that's right, they do 2 of these in a row. That's right. I don't remember if it'll give me... Well, here you get to see a robot v robot fight, although it is going to go very poorly for who I am fighting, because I am confident that I will cause mucho del stompage. Slam! This is usually charming. I have a visual, and then the same line. It's going to be a very heartwarming moment. Oh good, your mech can turn around and target me. That's excellent. Oh, wow, she just dives right in there. That's cute. I'm not even in it. Yep. It's autonomous. It's going on its own. Dialogue on this one is not as charming as it has been in some of the previous. Yeah, Yeah, they'll do that. I saw that coming, because it's really, really obvious usually. Oh, hello. No, we don't need that. Yeah, the AI is good at doing that over and over and over. Double punches are usually good against counters, but clearly that is not how we're going to do it today. Oh, wow, it just popped right into its ult. That can be tricky. Yeah, damage over time, it's not totally worthless, as it turns out. Chuckle. Chuckle, chuckle. Most of the game winds up being pretty similar. The idea for PvP is you want to like... Oh, here we go. That is going to force me, I think, to replace that one, but let me find out. No? Is it not? That would be cool. Actually, I'll keep that one and replace Thorns, because Thorns does me no good whatsoever. Oh, of course not. Okay, so we'll just swap it out. That's okay. We're just going to punch a lot harder now. Anyway. You can stack various attack ones, but most mods of a same type will not stack. But we will. We will try. There are different stat boosting mods that will stack with each other, but they're just not in the same line, as it were. Yes, Civil War. We fought each other, which we would have done anyway. Okay, so a weapon pack we do in fact want to do. Because I'm going to go for... Egypt. Because I'm hoping for ranged weapons of some kind, because then things will go a lot more smoothly. One-handed weapons would be great, two-handed ranged weapons would be acceptable, but not ideal. Oh, that was an unfortunate miss. Oh, I hit him. Does anything to them. Yeah, one of the things you'll see happen a lot is that I'm going to be beating on monsters that are popping out of the exact same spot. Oh, here we go. That was really foolish. Oh dear. Get back here. Okay. Bop. Come on. Very high above your head attack hitbox, which is very, very good. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I wanna get the hell out of there. sometimes you fight possessed robots, which is nice. Mechs, rather. Weapon pack, what do we got? Okay, that's really unfortunate. Because those are quite possibly even worse than than the melee weapons. But we will make do. Damn it. We will make do. Now my robot's getting upgraded so I can be haughty and obnoxious all over again. Thanks so much. I am going to go for that research boost. They say it's one-handed, but you have to use two hands, so it's a bit deceptive. Actually, I think I'm going to swap that with the crowbar, because I believe that is dual-wieldable. Swap that with the katana, because it's actually usable. Swap. Thank you kindly. And we'll go with the grenade. Stun grenade is basically pointless. The regular grenade isn't so hot either, but we're just gonna deal with it. It's okay. For the research points so that we can start finally filling out some of our stats again. Oh my goodness, what happened? It's not hit as hard as I would have liked. There we go. Grenades have a tendency to just roll wherever the hell they goddamn please, as well, as you're probably noticing. They haven't thrown any of the critter nests at me, which is a little disconcerting, because usually they've done that by now. Ah, nice. There we go. I knew I could dual wield these. Satisfaction guaranteed. That should have worked. That went very poorly. That could have gone a lot better. No critter nests. Usually they've thrown one of those at me by now. So we'll just, gosh, I guess keep going. There we go. That's much better in terms of point gain. There we go, that's set. And I'll wait. I'll go for a weapon pack. I need something a bit better than what I have. Going for a modest Jew usually the better idea, but I'll go for a weapon pack, see if I can get something really good. I'm not holding my breath. This run won't be a bust, I'll still get through it, it's just not going to be as easy as I'd like. Boink. Oh, here we go. Ah! Oh, must have been another one. That's okay. These little things are really obnoxious, and I would like them very much to stop existing. There. That went well. They like latching onto you and just being generally a nuisance. Oh, here we go. There we go. I'm gonna stack as much DOT as I can. Because, yeah, that works, as it turns out. Got it. Never mind. Cool. I'll take that. That was pretty painless. Let's see what they give me for garbage. I mean, weapons. Anything much better. This I can work with, and just in time, too. So what I'm gonna do... Wrong one. Here we go. Armory. I'm gonna swap that out for a rocket launcher. It's pretty good. And I'll go with a regular grenade here. And we will call that about good. Oh, somebody tried to message me. That is not going to go well for them. Morocco. Ah, yes. This is the boss I was concerned about. It's not an especially hard boss. It's just very annoying to deal with quickly. And you'll see why in a moment. And I'm probably not going to do... Wow, that's loud. I'm probably not going to do it quite as well as I would have liked ordinarily. But, yes, they've all looked like that. Yes, we know. There will be some really entertaining commentary from the end. As it's shooting out single lasers, usually it shoots out a lot more of them than that. There it is. Here it is. I knew it was coming. Alright. Okay. Shoot the dingus, please. Oh my goodness. This has been an overall very mortifying experience. There we go. Much better. Okay, so with the rocket launcher you get 2 shots, and that is it. Grenades. They're finicky. I mentioned that before. I meant it. Okay. Okay. Now comes the part where I start being able to actually hurt it. He said optimistically. Come on. So I guess it's gonna try and fly around the entire time, and I'm not gonna have it. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and enough DOT to melt the stick. There we go. Yeah, that was pretty frustrating. Usually I can do that a lot more effectively. These things have lasers now? Yep. So, real soon we're going to start getting some cute not parables, parallels. Gosh, my language centers do not do what I expect. I'm going to start getting some cute parallels with some other common giant robot media. Ah, here we go. This is the real shit. This is the real shit indeed. I can in fact trade that out for... I don't need thorns, so we're going to replace thorns. So, for mods, I'm completely set. I do not need mods at all now, because I have auto-healing. We're done. The run is over. So from here... So Project Titan is their project, but at what cost? In which they are researching totally not getter arrays, which the monsters totally do not feed on to become larger and more obnoxious. Alright, so everything from here is basically a cakewalk, because we've done our due diligence, as it were. So we're going to go for more research points so we can max out our punchy damage. Why does it disturb you? It's like getter rays, but worse. That's all it is. It's radioactive. It's very bad for you. It does not do a body good. Oh, here we go. Boom! Shakalaka. Come on through that cloud, you dink. Didn't even... Oh no. I love doing that. I really do. That, I think, makes it... Wow. Okay. These flying ones are the ones I'm most worried about, to be perfectly honest. They're very irritating. Saw something out there. Where'd it go? Oh, there you are. Problem solved. Oh, wow. 2 robots in 1 mission. That is not common. This guy's not so bad. Other than having a rocket punch. Which you'd think is a lot more dangerous than it actually is. Is there really a nest out there? I should probably get on that. Oh, there sure is. Oh, goodness. Oh, that is suboptimal. So I'm gonna go take care of that nest because I need to take care of that nest now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nest is done. If something decides to walk on that, it's gonna have a real bad time. And with that, we're probably spoke too soon. There we go. That could have gone better. It could have gone a lot better. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah, it's pretty good. That gets us in a really good position in terms of research points. And plop some stuff into either overheat, which will be handy for later missions. So I'm going to have to be attacking kind of hard. Oh, very good. So I've got my damage maxed. Excellent. So I'll probably go with... yeah, heat capacity. And research points again. Weapons are basically totally moot at this point. Do not need them. I've got what I need. Oops, I blew that up. Oh well. You do not have any score to worry about for blowing or not blowing things up. Just do what you need to do, basically, is the name of the game. Where are you? There you are. defense things, which I should be able to do pretty well with my DOT fireball thing pretty handily. I'm not too worried. I do wish there was some sort of a health display that told me how much health this hammer thing's supposed to have. But we're okay. Totally moot. Does not matter. We have the situation well in hand. Bunch of extra points. So we're gonna dump that probably into overheating to make it so that overheating is not a thing I ever have to worry about again. I can more or less just punch my way to help. Punch and kick my way recklessly to the end. 2 days. Random mod on hardest would be nice, I guess. Research would be ideal, but I don't really need it. I really don't need much more than that, to be honest. And points into armor. Just so we're a bit more durable. Not that big a deal. I'll go with the hardest random mod. Because after this is basically the end. See if we get anything interesting out of this. Sometimes you'll get one that allows you to use your alt right at the beginning. I think I've seen that once. I can't remember offhand. I don't know if there's a dedicated list of these things. I hope there is. Come on, drop the pod, so I don't have to deal with this guy right here. There we go. That other one fall. There it is. It's a crappy hand grenade. Which did not connect in the slightest. Bunch of flying ones this round, this match. Remove the grenade from the list, because it is not helping me one bit. As you can see, he says as he embarrasses himself in front of an audience of however many. Overheating is now rendered largely point. Not actually a thing I have to worry about. That was the wrong kick. What I mean by wrong kick is there are two kicks you can perform. one that'll be like a kicks forward like that kick, and one that is usually something more special, usually like a horizontal body. We'll just shoot it. And another seismic hammer. Hooray for us. Definitely going to be getting some use out of this. It's 4. It's 5. There we go. Then it starts showing up. There, what I'm concerned about. That was me hitting a lot of little things, making them not live anymore. Gosh, that is unfortunate. Well, we're okay. Could have done better, could have done a lot worse. Jetpack force. Ooh. I think we can swap that for the lifesteal, because we do not need lifesteal at all at this stage. Hyperjets is not too shabby at all. Being able to move faster will be nice. Ooh. Cool. Getting some nice skins this go round. It's pretty benevolent for handing those out.
My god, it's like they feed on radioactive energy.
Yes, it is exactly like that. On the moon. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is we're going to remove the regular grenade from our equipment rotation, because it is proving to be more trouble than it's worth. Because I'm not going to hit the final boss with it. Full stop. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to hit the final boss. He is not going to cooperate like that, is what I'm saying. So we're on the moon.
We made a pact.
Oh no. Explosions. Definitely doesn't look like the victory to had sex with a Huckabane. Not at all. And then got splooged on by the Einst from Super Robot Wars. They have good influences. I approve.
Project Titan will only speed up the process.
Impossible.
One last mission. It was an honor serving with you.
Do not give up on life so easily. You will survive. Me? Well, yeah. There's plenty of time for me to get to an escape pod. You? Well, you're basically done. This is gonna be pretty painless. Because how we're doing this is we're basically gonna lead with one of these. Okay. We're gonna punch him or hit him very hard like that. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna save up a lot of energy. Oh my gosh, that move speed. Yes! Because you remember how she just floated through the air before, right? Ha! Now, we're gonna do that. You can follow up that a lot better than I've been doing. Oh no! Oh wow, I didn't know you could do that in midair. I've tried that. It did not work. That's not ideal. Incidentally, you can't block that. Grenade to the face! He'll die soon. Like so. The transitions to cutscenes are really jarring and they always throw me every time. And suddenly, things get a bit worse. What the hell is that, as they say? You're still alive? I've never felt so alive. No one understands. Their own password hit immediately. I'm guessing the robot is the sister. You're doing great. Now I don't think I've got another round in the chamber. I think that was 5. Where are you? Oh, but I do. Okay. Now for the easy part. We're just gonna hit you with a lot of those. And done. Yeah, it was pretty cheap, but it was very cheap. Hold on, you fought hard. Let's just take a moment and enjoy the view. This is a bit awkward since we couldn't find any living relatives, but I took the fruit basket for myself. He's a hungry man. It's okay. And fruit baskets are healthy. So that was an arcade run. That was pretty easy. It got off to a rocky start, but we got there in the end, boys and girls. And no, I don't think it'll let you skip the credits. That's fine. They're cute credits. Charming credits, even. So... No, it's a game with a lot of heart. It can be a little janky in the arcade, but it's the actual competitive fighting is quite enjoyable. I'll check to see if anyone's on, and then we can watch me get horribly, horribly bullied and abused. Oh yeah. It's not a duplicate though. I hope it's not serious. We get to show off our... There it is. It's not a duplicate. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about, man. Yeah, so we'll, as is traditional for me anyway, I just go ahead and equip the infected skin to clarify that I have in fact cleared the arcade with that particular character. Oh yeah, we've got a monocle too. We'll equip the monocle on that. That's okay. What other? Do we get a... Oh, we got a straw hat too? Oh, that's cute. Oh, those are pricey. I don't need a sombrero. Pool float? That's also cute. I thought I had a mustache. Maybe I was thinking of something else. Alright, what other skins are we got? I already had the infected skin on there. Oh, that's not too bad. Shiny. I already have that. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'll equip that. Why not? I gotta play through with this character at some point, and I haven't done it yet. Someday. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, I like that a lot. That's shiny. I'll go with default for now. Yes, it's a giant robot unicorn, which is quite charming indeed. Oh, it is pinstriped. That is very cute. What did I get from Maestro? Maestro's a new character that I have fiddled with only. I have not done much with them. These are cute. If maybe a bit too edgy for their own good. I like that bright green. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna check matchmaking. We'll try ranked because I'm a baddie McBadbad. I'm not very good. We'll do it with a character that I'm actually halfway competent with. Maybe, yeah. And we'll search for a couple of minutes, and then we'll probably just do another arcade run, to be honest. Because such is life, basically. I don't expect to encounter anyone. People usually are not on at this time. Which is a darned shame, in my opinion. Alright, I think that's long enough. So, we'll start a new arcade run. Make you... I don't know why they have it set up this way, but they do. They make you do delete your existing progress before you can start another arcade run. Ah, why not? Let's go for hard. Let's go for hard. I think we can do it. I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic. So, let's see. Fishman is pretty dope. He's a luchador. and he does all kinds of really obnoxious stuff. He's very strong when I've played him. This character is totally not a Virtuaroid from Virtualon. This guy plays very much like something from Virtualon as well, but I can't pin down whom. This guy has Kung Fu moves. Space Unicorn. Space Unicorn? We could do Space Unicorn. So I'm not totally sure. I've been meaning to do an arcade run with this guy. Is there a randomizer? A randomizer would be cool. There we go. We'll go with Pescado. He is fish. Big fish. And as ever, we're gonna pop points into our Genesis drive because we like doing that. That is very good for us. Alright, let's do one more of these. It's usually like an hour to an hour and a half. So we'll just do another one. We'll go a little longer than we were expecting, but that's fine. These are fun enough. Alright. Oh boy, I'm so glorious in my... Oh wow, there we go. Fear not, citizens. I am not afraid, but he has quite the moustache. He pierced nipples too. Not that that's a bad thing. I don't remember his moveset off the top of my head, but he's got like a dashing clothesline. Yes, whatever that was. Which, I don't think was a damage increase. Oh, nice. That's a bit tricky to use. I couldn't help but notice none of those attacks connected. Oh. Okay. I knew you had like a grab, but I didn't. Also didn't know he had a get over here. I think they might have changed him, or I just have a bad memory. Those are definitely pierced nipples. Yes. I may have to cancel the stream, because he's awfully lewd. No job is too difficult for Pescado the Mighty. He is mighty. He is a fish. Well, he is a fish head. What do we got? Something good early? I'll take that. I'll take that. Those don't actually make much of a difference, particularly not the early ones. Oh, cool. Another good skin. Or fancy skin, I should say. Well, that's good. Pescado has brought the smiles to all the children. I can tell. Not so fast. Ever vigilant. He will rain destruction upon his foes. Alright, we're gonna go for a weapon pack early, I think. And hope for, I don't know, one-handed guns. shabby. They just don't have proper animations to deal with that. Oh no. Oh, they're actually hitting me kind of hard. So hard just ramps. Just makes it so that you are fighting stronger enemies much earlier. They are definitely hurting. Oh good, so I can in fact get out of that. Oh no. Well, that's unfortunate. Well. We're really early, so we're just gonna abort and start over. We are, if we're going to be that embarrassingly terrible, I think we should probably at least, what's the, fortunately you keep any skins and stuff that you would have gotten. Alright, fine. We'll go with Crystal, because Crystal can at least shoot projectiles and hurt things, and doesn't feel a lot worse than the last time he played the game. So we're going to do that. We will still do hard difficulty, because hard difficulty is, well, it is what it is. We might as well do hard difficulty, I figure. Oh heck, we'll go with the, Stardust. Giant mecha unicorn. He has a couple pretty great abilities. He's got an ability that lets him not overheat, so he can just ignore any overheat upgrades. He's got an ability that he's got a great, dashing uppercut. He's got what else does he have? He doesn't have much in the way of projectiles, so he's a bit tricky in that end. Oh my goodness. Both literally and figuratively. Oh boy. Please tell me that is a dude. Wow. A queen, if you will. So fancy. Okay, we can stop that. I'll deal with the oval heat. Oval heat. There we go. And now we just go ham. Which is pretty darn good. There we go, I thought it was a projectile. I don't think I should have hit him with that, but I did. I'm okay with this. This is the closest thing to touring. Fabulous. Give me something good. We shall see. That depends very, very highly on what weapons I get from my first weapon pack, which will hopefully be single-handed weapons, but I am not holding my breath. Tends not to go down that way. It has, though. We are saving the world, sort of. Death from above. Sparkling water. Now with 10% more fabulousness, I agree. Weapon pack, we'll go for it. In Norway. But no, it's a fun game. I just wish more people were playing, you know, so we could do some online multiplayer. That's where that game really shines. I'm gonna stop getting hit by that. Oh, jeez, I did not realize. That's pretty good. And so this is just me going totally ham. Oh yeah, it's pretty good too. You can chain, like I mentioned before, you can chain that stuff together so you can do like a kick and a punch, one right after the other, which can be quite powerful. So I think this is going to go pretty well since I'm going to be able to just basically unload 90% of the time, just dumping attacks on things. What do we got? Oh, I dare say we can make that work. Giant version of a miniaturized Gatling cannon and a rapid-fire rifle? Legal in most states? Yeah, we're good. We will do that. We will do that. I can work with it. If you folks can work with it, I can work with it. Did you ever get to meet the Iron Lady? She was from before my time. Well, that was a little embarrassing. Such a grouch, sir. That was sort of mortifying. Okay, so that is clearly doing me no good whatsoever, but that's okay. Let's go with that for now. Oh my goodness, there we go. A giant version of a miniaturized Gatling cannon, so it's just a... never mind. Let's see... Go for Egypt, why not? How hard can it be? No, these are the weapons that I got. That's basically all I need. I'm pretty much set. I am going to need to do another mod mission somewhere along the line. This is not as strong as I would have liked. Ow. I didn't think it would be tempting fate. Oh, here we go. It is not within range, apparently. Oh no. Yep, there we go. That's what I was afraid of. One got stuck underground. Yep. There's not a whole hell of a lot I can do about it. At all. Yeah, so I'm basically burnt. That's fine. Spectacular, even. This is why I don't pick Egypt. I thought they had fixed this, but they obviously did not. Oh, hell with it. We'll go for it. Go for a random mod, I guess, because we have to now. Oh, well. Oh no! Does this look like the face of mercy? The answer may surprise you. So with these guns... Ow. Goodness gracious. That could have gone better. these guns, I don't have much to worry about at this stage, which is very, very good. Just have to worry about getting mobbed. Thorns is okay. And that's a high level Thorns, so I guess I can't really complain. I should not be taking very much damage though, so again, not getting hit, a lot better than getting hit and dealing damage back as a result. Plus, enemies tend not to hit you very hard. It's a big part of the problem there. Ugh. Let's see. Neither of these are particularly good. I'll go for another mod. I need to go for research. No, I'm going for another mod. Replace that Uzi thing, because I'm not going to touch any more weapon missions under any circumstances, because I've got what I need. They're just... Oh, because he didn't all hit, that's why. Oh my goodness. Stop it. We done? Jeez Louise. Don't remember. There we go. So, you people will get to see an ult after all. I guess that's good. And we go all Getter 2 on them, which is pretty rad. That could have gone a lot better. So we'll hope for a healing mod of some kind. Any kind. Ooh, that's very nice. Yeah, that I can live with that. Didn't expect to see that early on, because that's whew. Being able to spam more abilities is going to be quite beneficial. This is going to be a tad tricky. I'm going to have to put some research points into armor, clearly. You were never here. Haha. Cringe? The dialogue is deliberately bad. It's okay. Alright.
There wouldn't be any worries about repairs. So itchy.
Bastard. Wait. Why did that not sound right?
Life or death, I don't need a diva like you.
That's because I don't have a mirror. Yep. Lip sync battle? You're on. Nice. So, our basic plan of attack is we grab that assault rifle and we start shooting it in the face. A lot. Not that there's anything to worry about, like in terms of headshot bonus damage or anything. You just shoot it. Happens to be in the face. Where'd you go? Oh my goodness. So this doesn't have quite the kill power I was hoping for. Oh, that's where it is. No wonder I'm confused. Ow. Get over here, you dork. And now we just do that all over again. So lots of getting up in its face and wombo combo. Easy. Well, ish. Things will be a bit more complicated later with, like, say, that flying boss and one or two others. And the final boss will largely just completely flat out disregard any of my attacks, attack knockback. So that's going to be a bit trickier too. Damn, it feels good to wear clothing. Not too shabby. Alright, what do we got? Something fancy? Something fancy? Yeah, we good. In it to win it, because now I can repair. Which is very, very good. Alright, so I don't have to worry about mods, I don't have to worry about weapons. So basically it's just going for research stuff now. And avoiding the Egypt map, because things go poorly on the Egypt map. She's just mad. No kidding. I was fabulous before I joined the league, I can tell. Raphael Romani cake tailored for the gods. I think we might have that. Oh, there it is. There's a Gatling gun over here somewhere. Gimme. Ow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so plan B guess we're gonna do this again, which isn't good. But we're gonna do it. And this time we'll actually hit something. Goodness, this is not going well at all. I am ashamed. We'll keep going at it. Problem is, I need those research points to make a difference. So I'm gonna do that because I clearly need health. There's gonna be a lot of that. Where'd you go? I just heard one. I hit it again. Crunch? This is fine. Yeah, I need that. Unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to do one upgrade with that, but we'll make it work. Yes, yes, yes. No. Research. There we go. That's what I want. That's what I want, is the research, not this other stuff. This other trivial twaddle. Boy, boy. There we go. You. Yeesh. Those things are obnoxious. Gatling action going. There's just not much they can do about it when I'm up here like this. He said as he got bodied. Better, but we're getting there. We're getting there. It is, as they say, all in the timing. Okay, good. Making progress. Let's do it. Go. Pop another one into my actuators so that I'm hitting a bit harder, because these things are tanking a lot of damage. Let's see. I don't need you, so we'll go for the research boost. Plug in. We're pretty well set on mods. Yeah, it's a game that's got nice influences. You've got your 300 coins. That's nothing. Cool. No true Scotsman. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I need to wait for that. Alright, I'm gonna leave it at that. Because I need to start saving up to max out my energy gain, which is at a good spot right now, but I'd kind of like to get it a bit higher up there. So it is this thing again. I think with the added health and damage that it's going to be dealing, this is going to be a bit trickier than last time. But a lot of the same principles. Yeah, sure, she's probably fine. So what we're going to do is we are going to probably dive kick it. Do that. See, this is more or less what I expected last time. That's what we're going to do. What hit me? Ah, the pod hit me. I've done that before. Hustle our bustle. I'm just gonna shoot it in the face. A lot. Which worked. I hope not to have to rely on that too heavily for the final boss, but I'm thinking it's likely. Alright. So that's gonna give me another mod, which will hopefully not be trash. Been pretty lucky so far. We'll see what we get. Yes, another mod slot. Yes, yes. Okay, what do we got? Ooh. So don't overheat. In other words. Oof, that's gonna mean... We'll see how it goes. You can always get rid of them. Or replace it, as the case may be. That's not too shabby. It's not great, but it's not shabby. We'll see. Is she under attack? Yes. Ish. Well, this is the one where I get to fight a robot again. What I'm really worried about is if it pulls out its ult. If it pulls out its ult, that could kill me, because those hurt. And it is not always obvious when it's doing it with this particular mech that I'm fighting against. It takes a diva to save a diva. I just got this cave installed. Ah, forget it. Forget about it. Oh yeah, it dissipates quick. Whoa! No, I don't think so. Flaming Fists thing is pretty tricky. Okay, we're good. Maybe just shoot in the face a lot. Pretty straightforward. It is perforated.
Bye, Felicia.
Winnie. Nay. Nay. I'm not gonna do that again. That was half-hearted, and I apologize. Lifesteal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't really need that. Yeah. We'll swap it for lifesteal because that's a bit more useful. Alright, let's start banging this out. Basically going for straight up research points, full stop. Which one? These two actually. Right. That. No. Fudge the timing on that. Interesting. Alright, now we're going into this fight a bit more intelligently. He's gonna shoot a lot of things to death. Oh dear. That is more or less how that's supposed to look. I think. No, those don't. Oh no! is his ult? He's suboptimal as all hell. There we go. Making it happen. Doing okay. Not great, not bad. Okay. No, no, no. Honestly, most of my movement is all dodging those things right now. Let's just move away from there, shall we? Of course. There we go. Okay. Okay. That could have gone a lot worse. This is not exactly smooth. This is fairly embarrassing, actually. But, oh yeah. I take. I'm gonna dump that straight into damage dealt so that I basically heal more per hit. Usually a good idea, if you've got health steal. It's the Diva code. No. I'm gonna get a super reactor, which incidentally is making the monsters. That's okay. Your cape is good. Don't hurt yourself. I want to inspire people to be fabulous and to be themselves, even if that means they don't like my cape. Good. Your cape is trash. That's okay. It's not for everyone. Wowzers. Okay. Oop, and yes, I can get the next one, so I just need another 1,000. And my damage gets maxed. So we will go to Sweet Mexico. And we will pummel whilst in Mexico. We're most of the way done now. Still have 2 bosses to go, which is going to be what it is. There you are. I knew you were here somewhere. Yes, yes. There's definitely something behind me. Oh. Nope. Just my sound being weird. That's okay. That's basically how that's supposed to go. Goodbye. Oh no. I should have done right from the beginning, but I chose not to. It was a decision. It was conscious. Let's just unload on this thing first. Easily avoidable. Okay, so I've got an escape slash get out of jail free card. Go! Oh god. There we go, we're okay. That went extraordinarily well. Oh, no. So, like, the hardest you can hit something is pretty hard. Alright. Alright, alright. Are we excited? I'm gonna unload on this thing and hope there's a close mage. Ah, good. Boink. Huh. That was fairly tame. I'll take that. I thought that was pretty nice. See, we're in it to win it now, boys and girls. Yeah. Yee. Nice! Got a legendary skin. Those are quite uncommon indeed. I'm tempted to back out and equip that right now. Actually, I can do that. First, let's research you and you. I'm gonna go and equip that now. Whatever that was. Garage. Stardust. Well, that's pretty baller. It looks way too Blizzard, to be honest, but it's a matter of taste. Is there another one here? It's okay. I'll equip it. We'll go from there. Alright. Well, I don't need any of those, so I guess I'm gonna do the research boost. And we'll be shiny and flashy the whole way through. Those are some pretty impressive wings. Oh, shoot 'em. Oh boy. There's a whole lot of Burt happening here. Burt. And we're done. Soon. Kind of like the gangster outfit better, but we'll stick with this because it's a shiny skin. A fancy skin. 860 points. Okay, good. That's my next armor level set. I could also go for speed. That's movement speed, I think, only though. Another? Oh my god. Ellipsis. Okay, so research will pop points into. Oh, I can get more Genesis drive juice, so I'm earning a lot more. I don't really need it. I'll just save up for now. Alright. This is going to be pretty easy because I'm just going to be shooting at it a lot. Wow, that's loud. That is disproportionately loud. I apologize. Gross. It's almost more machine than Dingle Dangle. It's a gribbly critter. We's gonna shoot it. Give me that shooter. Thank you. I do wish bosses had health bars. I really do. So that was, it's one of those fights. It's not actually that hard. It just can be a lot more infuriating. My first time fighting it was very, very frustrating, but then I figured it out. Or got more confident and understood what I was doing better afterwards. Not sure why they would go, whatever. New mod, what do we got? Something really nice, I'd hope. Hyperjets. That's really not that helpful. And Thorns isn't going to save my life, so I can replace Thorns. I'd rather have this increased speed, I guess. We'll see. Already have the white headband, apparently. Oh well. Yes, Project Titan. It's not so good. Ah, gosh. Research boost, I guess. Hardest. Well, we'll see if we are up to the task. Super loud. Here comes the butt. If people like the art style of the characters, not so much the mechs and monsters, but the characters, the same artist worked on a game called, and of course I'm going to forget the name of it right when I need that information. I can look it up. It's a game on Steam. One of the things that's great about that uppercut is that puts you in a perfect position to do what I call a rider kick or a jump kick. Very good position for that. So right now, literally all I'm doing is mashing buttons a lot. And I generate no heat doing that, because that ability is so good. Kill that bird moth thing. Just shoot this a lot. Back off, because otherwise we will die. Or at least take a lot more damage than we need to. Oh. We're off. Nice. Just unload on this thing real quick. Howdy. Very poorly timed. Fortunately, I'm not having any difficulty keeping my health up. So that was not too bad. That was a frightening moment there when it was like, oh, by the way, you have to kill a bunch of these nests and worry about a time limit. But fortunately, I'm hitting things hard enough and just generally being killy enough. That was a non-issue. So I'm content with that. Oh Alright, I think I can max out armor. Or Genesis Drive. We'll go with armor for now. Because it's hard. This is a harder difficulty than anticipated. Let's see. Yeah, go for Morocco for hardest. And then it'll be one more little mission after that. And then, geez, then we're done, folks. We will have pounded this into the pavement. Whoa! I forgot that was so much faster. Goodness, maybe like hit them? Thank you. Lots of that. Very good. Just continue to chip away at this thing. Okay. I guess. Sure. Fine. Defense missions. Just what I always wanted. It's all fun and games until the explodey things show up. Which, frankly, we're just gonna hope doesn't happen. And right on cue. That was not good at all. That was wretched, actually. There was not much I could do, really, in that situation. That was very, very, very unfortunate. We'll do that one more time. Then we'll move on with our lives. And we'll feel proud that we got through it on hard. It does go right through the building. So we're just gonna get a gun and shoot these things because I'm tired of having to punch them in the face. Boy, boy. There it is. Oh my goodness. That could have gone a lot better, but it could have gone worse, so I'll take it. Yeah, it's pretty easy in the arcade mode to get wombo comboed and just stuck and locked down, but we made it through. I'm actually a bit more worried about the final boss, to be honest. I still have another mission or so before then, but I'm a little concerned. I'll admit it. I'll admit that I have worries. I have worries and concerns, just like anyone else. That's right, blow 1,000 points in order to get a mod at the end of the next mission, or a weapon for that matter. Let's see, a weapon pack. Well, we're going to do Japan because Egypt is a good way to get incredibly frustrated. And we're not going to do that. We don't like incredible frustration here. We don't necessarily like easy games, but incredible mind-numbing frustration is not necessarily good either. Got him. This thing I do want to shoot to death very badly. As do I wish to... Oh no. Ugh. There we go. Rising uppercut, cut. Ow. Oh my goodness. Fine. Gosh. Do it the hard way. Damn. And no, once they start exploding, there's nothing you can do other than get out of the way. So every time I'm just taking it like that, it does not help my case. Ugh. I was gonna say, at least one of those is exploding. This will be a little tricky. Alright, fine. Oh gosh. He can do terrible things to you. And that did it. We good. We in it to win it. That, I had some definite concerns about how that was about to go down. So what did we get? Anything useful? Oh, actually, yes. Yes, we did. Oh, cool. Got another epic skin. Cool. This has been a productive stream for sure. Alright. Yes, I know. They're monsters. Moon beasts, even. Okay. Don't need research. I am going to my armory, not the other thing. I'm gonna swap that with rocket launcher. Grenade launcher. Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. Okay. We're basically ready. This is it, folks. this is it. This is the final showdown between me, a giant mechanical transvestite, or giant mechanical unicorn piloted by what I believe is intended to be a transvestite diva opera singer or something. Um, and wow, gas money. How did they even get here? Rocket fuel's expensive, as they say. Some very nasty stuff. You do not want that. You do not want to touch rocket fuel. You don't want to breathe its fumes. You really don't want to be anywhere near rocket fuel. It's unhealthy. Almost as unhealthy as, I don't know, using totally not getter rays to power your giant robot, which will just go poorly. That's impossible. Good God. Do something incredibly stupid. We'll send a fruit basket to the House of Eleganza. Wait, is that right? Wow. This part is probably going to be trickier than the boss itself, to be perfectly... Oh. Ow. Oh no. Things you don't want to miss with. Part the first. Alright then. Ugh. Fine. Be that way. Here we go. Now we have some reading room. Ta-da! Bodied. Take a rocket to the mouth. Yeah, and the mech designs, by and large, are pretty okay. They're not always, well, they're goofy. It's in keeping with the overall theme. Now I get to fire off one more rocket, which will hurt a lot. Him. He's gonna come around that corner. That was indeed not what I wanted to do. Okay. I'll fight him. I'll fight him. Jeez Louise. I'm gonna fight with star power. I'm done. I'm done getting beaten to death. We'll do a slide kick at him. That's okay too. And that will about do that. Unless hard mode has like a true final boss that I'm not aware of. Which it might. That would be cool. I don't think it will. Aw, you still read newspapers? That's cute. Daily reminder, kids. Newspapers are where you're gonna get actual news. That's where all the real investigative reporting happens, is in real newspapers. So you want to read those. Support your local newspaper, folks. You really want to do that. It is a very good idea. It sounds like proselytizing and preaching, but you really want to do that if you want the quality of the information that you, as a citizen of the United States, to be of a superior quality. You want to buy your local newspaper. It's a good idea. Guess I'll head back to Earth? Nope. Oh, to the mother. Oh, they repeated a line from one of the other characters. That's too bad. Well, that is indeed Override Mech City Brawl, which is, it's a fun game. I definitely recommend people pick it up. When you are able to get some actual online matches going, it is a ton of fun. The arcade mode is much better than I was expecting it to be. I know when I first got it, I was like, oh, there's an arcade mode? What point? What's the point in that? I assume it's just a bunch of 1v1 robot fights. No. There's a plot, there's, progression, there's a whole lot of other stuff. So it's a lot of fun. It's definitely worth it. I think it's a blast. I know you hear me grumbling when I'm talking at all, I'm grumbling about it, but it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy it. Plus, it's a game with giant robots that mash the shit out of each other. Like, what more do you want, really? Not quite as complex as Robot Alchemic Drive on the PS2, which is a great game. If I can get my PS2 hooked up, I will almost certainly stream that. That one is oh my gosh, what a game. Yeah, that was Override. I'm Fragath. Thanks for attending Mecha Mondays. I haven't decided yet what I'll be doing next week for a Mecha title, but I've got a whole bunch of options lined up, and I hope to see you all there. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.